Haunting Mysteries of Blackmoor Manor.
Blackmoor Manor. Just the name sent shivers down your spine, didn't it? It stood on a hill overlooking the town, a dark shape against the bruised purple sky. Locals whispered stories about it, scary stories. They said no one who went in ever came out the same. Some said they never came out at all. The wind seemed to carry those whispers right to your ears. Every single night the tales grew wilder, more terrifying, painting the manor as a place of unspeakable dread. The manor itself looked like something from a nightmare. Its stone walls were dark, stained with age and something else. Something you didn't want to think about. Windows like empty eye sockets stared out blankly. Most were broken, jagged teeth of glass ready to bite. The gardens were a wild tangle of thorns and shadows. Twisted trees clawed at the air. Their branches looked like skeletal fingers. It was a place where happiness had clearly died a long, long time ago. Even on a sunny day, a chill clung to Blackmoor. A deep, bone-gnawing cold. It seeped from the stones. It whispered through the dead grass. People said the sun never truly touched the manor, that a permanent shadow lay over it. A shadow of what? Of sadness, of fear, or something much, much worse. You could feel it, couldn't you? That icy breath on the back of your neck. It was the kind of cold that wasn't just weather, but a presence. The townsfolk avoided Blackmoor Manor like the plague, and maybe it was a plague of fear. They told their children to stay away, far away. Don't even look at it, they'd warn. But some were drawn to it, like moths to a very dangerous flame. They couldn't resist the mystery, the thrill, the dark promise of what lay hidden within its decaying walls. What secrets did it hold? What horrors awaited? The air itself seemed to hum with untold stories, each more menacing than the last. Jamie wasn't like the other kids in town. Jamie loved a good scare. A dare? Jamie was always first in line, especially if it involved something spooky, something forbidden. Blackmoor Manor was the ultimate dare, the king of all haunted places, and Jamie had a flashlight, a brand new one with extra batteries. Jamie was ready, or so Jamie thought. This wasn't just about bravery, it was an itch, a deep curiosity that needed scratching, no matter the warnings. Why Blackmoor Manor? Jamie's friends had dared them. No one would last an hour, they'd taunted. Not even you, Jamie. An hour? Jamie scoffed. Jamie would explore every inch, find every secret, prove them all wrong. The thought of their amazed faces was almost as exciting as the manor itself. Almost. The challenge had been set, the gauntlet thrown, and Jamie was never one to back down, especially when their reputation for fearlessness was on the line. Jamie packed a small backpack flashlight, a chocolate bar and a crowbar, just in case. Standing at the rusted gates, Jamie felt a thrill. A tiny shiver, yes, but mostly excitement. The wind moaned through the iron bars. It sounded like a ghostly welcome, or maybe a warning. Jamie grinned. This was going to be epic. The air was thick with the smell of damp earth and decay. The silence, broken only by the wind, pressed in. It was the kind of silence that felt heavy, full of unsaid things. Jamie took a deep breath, the cold air filling their lungs with a strange energy. With a grunt, Jamie pushed the creaking gate open. Step by step, Jamie walked up the overgrown path. The manor loomed larger, darker, more menacing. The front door was huge, made of black, rotting wood. It was slightly ajar. An invitation or a trap? Jamie hesitated for only a second. Just 1 second. Then, pushing the door wider, Jamie stepped inside. Into the darkness, into the unknown. The door creaked shut behind them with a chilling thud, sealing them inside. Inside it was colder than a tomb. Dust hung in the air like a shroud. Cobwebs draped everything, like ghostly decorations for a party no one wanted to attend. Jamie's flashlight beam cut a nervous path through the gloom. It danced over peeling wallpaper, over broken furniture, over shadows that seemed to writhe and twist. Each footstep echoed unnaturally loud in the oppressive silence, making Jamie flinch every time their shoe crunched on debris. Suddenly a noise, a faint scratching, coming from upstairs. Jamie froze, heart thumping. "Hello?" Jamie called out. Only silence answered, or was it? Jamie strained to listen. There it was again. Scratch, scratch, scratch. It sounded like fingernails on wood. Long, sharp fingernails. Jamie's breath caught in their throat. Was it rats? Jamie hoped it was rats, but the sound was too deliberate, too rhythmic for any ordinary vermin. It sent a prickle of unease down Jamie's spine. Jamie decided to explore the ground floor first. Each room was filled with more decay, more shadows. A grand ballroom stood silent. Its chandelier was a mass of broken crystal and cobwebs. A chilling draught swept through the room. It extinguished Jamie's flashlight for a heart-stopping moment. Click, click, relief, it came back on. But in that second of darkness, Jamie felt something, a presence, close, very close. The air grew heavy, and the smell of old, decaying flowers filled Jamie's nostrils, a scent that was both sweet and sickening. Then a whisper, so soft, so close to Jamie's ear. "Get out!" Jamie spun around. Flashlight beam sweeping wildly. Nothing, no one there, just empty, decaying rooms, but Jamie heard it, clear as day. Or clear as a terrifying whisper in a haunted house. "It's just the wind," Jamie muttered, trying to be brave. But the voice hadn't sounded like the wind. It sounded old and angry, and it knew Jamie was there. Jamie's skin crawled, and the hairs on their arms stood on end. Jamie found a library. Books lay scattered everywhere, torn and water-damaged, but one thing dominated the room, a huge portrait, hanging above the cold stone fireplace. It was a painting of a man, stern-faced, with eyes that seemed to follow Jamie. No matter where Jamie moved, those painted eyes, they were dark and unsettling. They seemed to hold all the secrets, all the sorrow, and all the malice of Blackmoor Manor within their depths. Jamie felt pinned by that gaze. Jamie stepped closer. The man in the portrait wore old-fashioned clothes. His lips were set in a thin, cruel line. There was something familiar about his face, but Jamie couldn't place it. The silence in the library was different, heavier, expectant, as if the room itself was holding its breath. Waiting for what? Jamie reached out a trembling hand, feeling an odd compulsion to touch the cold canvas, despite the growing dread coiling in their stomach. Then Jamie noticed it, a slight shimmer near the portrait's painted hand, a tiny, almost invisible seam in the canvas. Curious, Jamie pushed, gently at first, then harder. With a low rumble the portrait swung inwards. It wasn't a painting, it was a door. Behind it a dark, narrow passage, and something glinted on the floor. Jamie picked it up, a locket. Inside, a tiny faded photograph of a young girl, and scrawled on the back, "Lost to the shadows." The air in the passage was stale, like a forgotten tomb. Jamie clutched the locket. A wave of sadness washed over them. Suddenly, a chilling cackle echoed from the portrait. Jamie whirled around. The painted eyes of the man in the portrait were glowing. A faint, sickly green, and they were looking right at Jamie. Not just looking, they were. "Another curious fool," a raspy voice hissed from the painting. "You'll join the others soon enough." The portrait's lips curled into a terrifying smile. Jamie wasn't alone with the secret. Jamie was the secret's next victim. This wasn't just a haunted house, it was a trap, and Jamie had just sprung it.
It began as a dare, a simple challenge. Spend the night at Blackmoor Manor, the abandoned house at the edge of town. Legend had it the manor was cursed, a place where shadows moved on their own, and no one who stayed past midnight ever left the same.
Are we seriously doing this? This place looks like it's ready to collapse.
Come on, Lila, it's just an old house. What's the worst that could happen? We stick together, we're fine.
I heard they found the last group's stuff here. Backpacks, phones, but no sign of them.
You believe all that? It's just stories to scare kids. Let's check the place out. Midnight's hours away.
As they explored, the house seemed almost alive. The wind howled through broken windows and floorboards creaked as if something unseen followed their every step.
These are all journals, written by the same person. Eleanor Blackmoor. She lived here.
Yeah, and she went mad, didn't she? Spent her last days rambling about the shadows that come alive.
Okay, this isn't funny. Who did that?
Let's just keep moving.
Do you hear that? It's like someone's calling my name.
It's just the wind. Let's keep moving.
What was that? What's going on?
The shadows stretched unnaturally, creeping toward them like living creatures. Panic set in, and they bolted down the hallway.
We've come this far. Might as well see what's down here.
What is this place?
Look, there's something moving in the reflection.
In the mirror, their reflections stared back, but their movements were delayed, then wrong. Their mirrored selves smiled sinisterly, stepping out of sync with their real action.
What the hell is this?
This isn't real. It can't be real.
But it is. They're going to take us just like everyone else.
What? What was that?
We're never coming back. Never.
But as they turned to leave, the shadows in the windows watched them go. And deep within the manor, the whispers began again, waiting for the next visitors foolish enough to enter.
Sound of rain and thunder fills the air. Narrator, imagine this. It's a rainy night outside the ominous Blackmoor Manor. The sound of thunder booms through the air as a young couple, Sarah and Tom, stand at the imposing gates. The old decrepit house looms before them, its windows darkened like empty eye sockets. Sarah, looking up nervously. Are you sure about this? This place gives me the creeps. Tom, grinning. Come on, Sarah. It's just an old house. Besides, think of the stories we can tell everyone after this. Narrator, with a hint of suspense. They push the heavy iron gates open, the creak echoing in the storm. Inside, the air is unnaturally still. They explore the dusty, dilapidated rooms until they stumble upon the parlor, where an ornate, cracked mirror stands in the corner. Its gilded frame is tarnished, and the glass reflects their distorted images. Sarah, approaching it. Look at this thing! It's beautiful! In a creepy sort of way. Tom, smirking. Let's see if it's as cursed as it looks. Hey, maybe we'll see Bloody Mary! Narrator, with a sense of foreboding. He playfully breathes on the glass and writes high with his finger. As they laugh, their reflections suddenly freeze, staring back with sinister grins. Sarah, backing away. Tom, did you see that? Tom, looking at the mirror. What the... That wasn't us. Narrator, the suspense builds. The reflections begin to move independently, mocking their expressions and actions. Suddenly, the reflection of Tom steps forward, pressing against the glass as if trying to escape. The couple frantically tries to leave the room, but the door slams shut. The reflection starts speaking in eerie, distorted voices. Reflection Sarah, grinning. Stay with us, we'll take good care of you. Reflection Tom, leaning closer. You've already started the game, now you'll never leave. Narrator with urgency. The couple must uncover the mirror's history. They find an old journal nearby, revealing that the mirror was cursed by Eleanor Blackmoor to trap anyone who entered her home. Desperate, Sarah smashes the mirror with a candlestick. Shards scatter, but the reflections crawl out of the broken pieces, twisting and growing monstrous. The couple fights their doppelgangers, managing to trap them back in a smaller shard of the mirror before escaping. Narrator, full of suspense. Outside the manor, they look back at the shattered mirror, now reassembled in the parlor window. Their distorted faces glare back at them as they flee into the storm. Remember, some places are best left unexplored. The legends of Blackmoor Manor are terrifyingly real. Stay safe, horror fans, and always think twice before venturing into the unknown. Sound fades out.
Eerie and enigmatic world of Blackmoor Manor, a place shrouded in mystery and legend. This ancient estate has stood the test of time, holding within its walls secrets that have puzzled historians and thrill-seekers alike. Today we will delve into the haunting mysteries that make Blackmoor Manor a captivating enigma. The legend of Lady Blackmoor is one of the most enduring tales associated with the manor, According to the stories passed down through generations, Lady Blackmoor was a noblewoman of unmatched grace and beauty. However, her life was tragically cut short under mysterious circumstances. Some say her spirit still roams the halls, searching for justice or perhaps peace. Blackmoor Manor is not just a relic of the past. It is a hotspot for unexplained phenomena. Visitors and residents alike have reported strange occurrences, from ghostly apparitions to inexplicable sounds echoing through the corridors. These experiences have sparked numerous investigations, yet the manor continues to guard its secrets closely. Over the years, many theories have emerged to explain this enigma. Some believe it's a natural phenomenon, while others think it might be the work of something beyond our comprehension. Scientists have proposed various hypotheses, yet none have been conclusively proven. It's a puzzle that continues to intrigue and baffle experts and enthusiasts alike. Despite numerous investigations and countless hours of research, the mystery remains unsolved. Each new discovery seems to raise more questions than answers. It's as if the more we learn, the less we truly understand, and so the search for answers goes on, driven by curiosity and the hope that one day we might finally unravel the secrets that have eluded us for so long.
Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share and subscribe. The Internet Surfer on YouTube for more horror and scary stories.